This week on the 215, it's year-round learning with Fathers Read 365. We check out a music program that goes way beyond the bars. Meet Delaware's first group of freedom thinkers, and we're going to hang out with a Renaissance man, Jason Moss. Welcome to the 215. I am at Wonder Spaces in the Fashion District in Center City, Philadelphia. So what is this place? It's just a big building filled with wonderful spaces. Instagram heaven, selfie paradise. I'll show you the other rooms in just a little bit. But first, our first story. You've heard the phrase, reading is fundamental. Well, there are two Philly dads who have taken that phrase to heart. They want all of us dads to read more to our children.
You don't think that guys realize how important it is to read with their children. We started trying to help dads re-engage coming home from prison. Then we thought, we always worked on that backside. How can we get in front of this issue? And we said, hey, did some studies around reading and literacy and said, hey, if we could get fathers to engage in early literacy with their children and children in their community, we could change our communities in such a positive way. Fathers Read 365 is a father initiative that engages men in early literacy, not only with their children, but the children in the community as a way to decrease violence and crime in our community.
Who's beautiful? Who's proud? I'm beautiful.
It works by us going into schools and into daycares.
Y'all ready to get started?
And having a little entertainment for about 30 minutes.
He was tired and small, and the hill was tall.
We engaged with the kids, we sang with them, we laughed with them, and we give them books, right? We give them books and teach them about the love of literacy. So hopefully they can learn that reading is the most important thing they'll ever learn in their life. And they can learn that it's fun to read.
The kids who ate a lot of junk food ran slow.
That junk food will get you.
One of the first schools we started in was William Kelly in North Philadelphia. That school went from last in Network 11 and literacy scores to first.
This story is called Mr. Healthy Snacks, and it's about a gym teacher and his class.
I've built this with my kids. I've built this with our Keith kids, and they've seen us take a dream and turn it into something that we run 365.
Remember, reading is the most important thing you can ever ever learn. But also, you can go places, and whatever you want to be, there's a book about it.
We also run into fathers who in the streets who say, hey, man, thank you, guys. My kids love the books. I love reading with my kids now.
All right, big guys, have a good day.
It's the most loving thing fathers can do is read with their children. The statistics show that when men read with their children have amazing outcomes.
So the dads have kicked off this Million Dads Reading campaign. Check out more information about it at their Instagram, which is Fathers Read 365. Okay, so the Wonder Spaces, I've moved into something they call rainbow rooms. I think you get the idea. Look how colorful it is. Got a camera over here on the outside. Got a camera on the inside. This place is cool. And this building is also filled with fantastic music, and that's the subject of our next story. You're going to meet some people who are using music to try in some way to interrupt the cycle of violence and incarceration when it comes to our young people. They call themselves Beyond the Bars.
Hit it right once, then bop.
It's a community, it's a family, it's love.
We believe that music is a human right.
Hey.
Beyond the Bars is a youth community music program. We essentially work with young people all around the city at 40 different spaces right now. And we partner with spaces and sites that serve youth in critical ways.
Beautiful. So today is not going to be nothing crazy.
We have all these different spaces with these partners who have loving, beautiful connections with young people, and then we're just kind of adding this musical setting. So it started back in 2015. My co-director, Matt, he worked with some young people in a school, and one of the young people, while he was doing a music program, that person's parent actually worked at the jail. and insisted to Matt that, oh, this program's so cool, you should go in to teach these young people who are being tried as adults and being held in this jail. As we met with the young people and met more young people, everybody said, this is the first time I've really had a music program. This is the first time I've had like a school kind of program where people really were listening and it was about what I wanted to do. We recognized that, dang, like we're meeting all these young people at this critical time. It feels like we need to have these resources out in our community before they're in this critical point.
Beyond the Bar is definitely giving a safe space, just like for today, for kids to just forget about all of that, forget about whatever just happened before they even stepped through the doors, to say, I just want to write, I just want to have fun, I just want to create. Right now we have our student-teacher program. We have 25 young people who have met us in different programs and places, and they're interested and are getting paid to be trained to teach other young people.
So 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're going fast. Okay, my bad.
I found Beyond the Bars through my school. It's a rebound program for kids that have dealt with like gun violence and have been to jail or anything like that. Because a lot of us had musical talents. So they brought them in so that we could have an outlet.
The first initial experience was learning where students are at personally with their lives and meeting them there.
When I first walked through the door, I was nervous. I was quiet. I didn't really talk to nobody. But once we did a performance together and we was like learning together and stuff like that, I let them in a little bit. Like, yeah, they cool here. I like them.
It's opened my eyes to like new people and like the city, cause like where I was, my view of the city was like very limited. I didn't know much outside of like where I lived at and like where I've been to. So like coming here and like going around playing all these shows, going around like all these places, it's very refreshing.
Once we are able to connect young people to music, we're also able to connect them to these other programs. Maybe a young person says, I'm struggling with housing. Well, we can connect them to that place that works with young people for housing, even if we only met them at Philly, or we met them at the rec center.
Every single day there's a smile on someone's face. They always want to hear this beat. I want to see you do this. I want to see you do that. I want to learn this, and it's very rewarding. It's very rewarding. It's rewarding to see them really just let go.
If you want to learn more about them, go to their website, which is beyondthebarsmusic.org. And when we come back, I'm going to go beyond the 215, down to Delaware, to the Freedom Thinkers Academy. Welcome back to 215. I'm still at Wonder Spaces. This room is called Body Paint. Let me show you how it works. So you hop in front of this camera, and the more you move, the more colors you get. Isn't that cool? Woo! This might be my favorite room. Okay, as promised before the commercial there, we're going beyond the 215, down to Wilmington, Delaware. We're going to visit the Freedom Thinkers Academy. Now, this was founded by a famous guy, hip-hop artist, Philadelphia Freeway. He'll tell you all about it.
One nation. All right, y'all need some glasses.
A lot of these kids they coming from the bottom. They don't get these opportunities.
That's how y'all feeling? All right.
And if I could just plant some seeds into them and really show them that they can have a different type of smell, because right now these youth have the smell of like, there's no hope.
Many of our young people are choosing not to go to college. And so it is our responsibility to make sure that there are direct pathways for them to be exposed to other opportunities, other career opportunities, other training opportunities.
Jet Phoenix Film Studio. We up next.
Take that camera. That phone is a camera. You can use that. You can create a whole story. You can dream.
Freedom Thinkers Academy is music, is health, is education, and is culture.
What was your motivation in creating?
In the city where I'm from, Philadelphia, there's so much drama and negativity in the streets, and these young folks don't have many opportunities. So we feel as though if we could present them with these workforce certification programs and and they can go take this course, get a certification, and then go into the workforce, they will make that choice versus being in the streets risking their life.
3, 2, 1. The idea of all your life experiences and bringing that together and sharing it with these kids, like, what does that mean to you?
My whole mission is to make young creators know that they're creative.
He put that inspiration into us because he didn't see it at first. Like, he knew that we wasn't at that peak, and like, he brought us there. He showed us what it was like. When I first met him, I thought I knew it all because I have my own mic, I have my own things, I have my certain knowledge on things. And he told me, nah, you don't know nothing.
Push him up, get him with. Yeah, they actually taught us about music. They gave us history about music, showed us different videos. We had fun. It wasn't like a super classroom type of feel.
This generation, I feel like, is skipping over what hip-hop has done for the last 50 years. And I wanted to remind them that, take them back, get that smell off them, and to bring them all the way to where they are right now with the creativity from music to film production. We started off with making a song and crafting that song and talking about the history of hip-hop and then bringing them out here to shoot this music video.
Look at what they were able to accomplish, man, in that 6 weeks. What thoughts come to your mind, or what does that do for you?
I mean, it means everything to me because, you know, I've been in the business. And, you know, when I first got my deal with Rockefeller, all I knew was rap. I didn't know anything about the entertainment business. I didn't know anything about, you know, setting up my own infrastructure for myself. We're giving them that knowledge.
The energy's so real, man. And to see them go from day one when they were just all like, oh, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? We're in the studio. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. To the last day, they rushing to get upstairs. Yo, what we doing? What we doing? They so excited.
Next up on the first day, I ain't worried about what the birds say.
God willing, you know, we're improve the neighborhoods, we'll improve the economy with programs like the programs that we're offering at Freedom Thinkers Academy because it's giving them hope and it's giving them a straight pathway from the classroom to the workforce.
Way to go, Freeway. Fantastic. If you want to learn more about Freedom Thinkers Academy, simply go to their website, which is freedomthinkers.academy. Simple as that. By the way, this woman standing next to me, she's Jen, General Manager of Wonder Spaces.
Hi, Mike.
Thanks for having us in.
Thanks for coming.
What is this room?
This room is On a Human Scale. The artist is Matthew, and you activate this installation by playing the keyboard.
So each key is associated with one of these faces, and you went to he went to Central Park and had him go, different keys?
Each individual singing a single note.
Hit a key, let's see. Who you got? That's wild. Okay, that's good.
Right?
I can tell you can't play piano.
Hey.
Okay, how do you describe, for people that haven't been in here, what is Wonder Spaces?
Wonder Spaces is an art show. We currently have 16 pieces on view, including a virtual reality film. Folks come in, they experience the art, and then talk about what they've seen together.
Like that eruption where we started?
Yeah.
That's one you can actually touch, right?
You can touch, you can walk through the inflatable piece. I also didn't realize that inflatables was a possibility as your artist medium until I heard about Nicole Banowitz and we received that piece, yeah.
That's a cool one.
It's tremendous.
And then right next to it is the one with all the hanging lights dangling around.
Submergence by Squid Soup, yeah.
I would
That's
think
a favorite.
It has to be a favorite. When we come back, I'm going to go inside that dome. See, if you haven't been here in a while, that dome that we're going to show you is new.
Plume by Ian Brill is our newest piece. We just finished putting it together about a month ago, and it's extraordinary.
How do you describe it, though? Because the sound is fascinating, but so are the visuals.
The sound, the lights, it's a generative piece, and it's incredibly meditative. It's something that has to be experienced, I think, to be believed.
Is the light pattern ever the same? Is it on a cycle?
No, so unlike Submergence, where it is a 12-minute composition and the music and the lights are synced, for Plume, it's generative, and it's these layers that are constantly shuffling and creating new patterns, so it's a different experience every time you enter.
When is Wonder Spaces open?
We are open Wednesday through Monday, and our bar is open as well.
I know that.
Yeah.
When we come back on the 215, do you want to meet a man who does just about everything, kind of a Renaissance man?
Is it you?
I love you.
Yeah.
No, it's Jason Moss. You'll meet him next. here's that dome I was talking about with Jen. The piece is actually entitled Plume. The lights are fascinating. The pattern is never the same. It's constantly changing color. And you hear the difference in the sound of my voice? The acoustics, really interesting. Okay, next story. You're about to meet an author, a chef, a visual artist, and a clothing designer. But here's the thing. That's all one person, Jason Moss. I paint, I do fine object art, and I create clothes all in the same space. As an artist, we're supposed to be disruptive, we're supposed to be rebellious, we're supposed to be outspoken, we're supposed to be loud, we're supposed to be nonconformist, we're supposed to be political, we're supposed to be activist. That's our job. That's why we're here. This piece is called The Questions That We Seek, and then this piece is called Becoming Who I Am. I always fantasized or romanticized about being a traditional artist, but it was never something that back then I thought that A, I could do, or B, that was a feasible concept. A lot of these pieces, and this one in particular, I just create, and then when it's done, or I think it's done, or in the process, and then I look at it, and I let it kind of speak to me. I had to give myself permission to create. I had to give myself permission to be an artist.
How did you give yourself permission to be an artist?
It was steps. It was a process. The main thing was about taking that jump of vulnerability. I kind of felt arrogant saying that this painting in this form was finished. You know what I mean? Because I'm so used to putting so much more on it. But no, and this is the journey I've been on, is to leave that space, leave that breath, leave that room for people to experience. For a man, especially a man of color, to talk about the things that I talk about or I display in my art, there's not many outlets like that for me. The emotions that I have that I'm conveying on my paintings, if I put them in another format, say like a post on social media or whatever, is not going to be received the same way. We hurt, we cry, we want to be loved, we want to share love, we want to show love, we want to feel seen, we want to feel appreciated, we want to feel heard, and a lot of times these emotions aren't embraced as masculine. But when I create it this way, it's more well received and it's listened to. I would definitely consider myself an abstract expressionist, and I think that, especially as artists of color, I think that's why we gravitate to the expressionist genre more so, is because there's such a wide berth of emotional expression.
What was the transition from canvas to furniture to clothing?
There really isn't a transition. It's like, if you stay still long enough, I'm going to paint you. When I do shows, runway shows, I like the model, because the model is also, accentuate the beauty of the human body and the human form. So I think the paint just does that. It adds another level of experience, a visual experience. The human form is perfect in any way it comes, and I like to celebrate that, especially with my clothing. You'll see when I show my clothes, I try to make sure that I represent as many body types as I can. I try to represent as many ethnicities as I can, because I like to celebrate our diversity and who we are as people. When I create, for the most part, I really don't go into it with the destination. I go in with an energy. This is my journey with religion. And the reason I put thou shalt not, I'm not anti-religion, but it's just like modern religion is all about don't. And we forgot the love.
Dig it.
If you purchase a piece of my art, I want you to take time to look at it. And every time you look at it, I want you to see something different. And I want you to talk to your friends about it. Oh, look, I got this beautiful piece and blah, 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 and I see this. Oh, yeah, I see that, and da-da-da-da-da. The scarcity of it is not even scarce.
Mm-hmm.
But you appreciate there's more. I get time to see, I get time to feel, I get time to experience, because there's not all this other stuff. It's just what I need. There's a lot in our experience. You know what I mean? And I think that abstract expressionism gives us that voice. It gives us that space. You know what I mean? To tell our story, to be who we are. Jason has an opening on October the 5th at Artworked, which is in Newtown, Bucks County. Or check out his Instagram. It's right at the bottom of the screen here. Wonder Spaces. This exhibit is called Submergence. It's a favorite. Come on back. More of the 215. Well, this 215 is in the bag. General Manager Jen is back with me here. Explain this piece.
So thank you, Bags. The artist is Reed Van Brunschot.
Yes.
And this is a little more conceptual. It is commentary on overuse of plastics. The bags are silk, hand-painted and hand-stitched instead of mass-produced. We actually got this piece just as Philly was rolling out the plastic bag ban.
Right.
The bags are also full, but they're full of nothing but air.
It's filled with nothingness.
It's filled with nothingness.
Wow. Okay, you got to get over to Wonder Spaces. It's just a fabulous time.
Thanks for coming again, Mike.
We'll see you next time on the 215.